Have you ever wanted to build large muscles? Have you ever wanted to build your physique for a sport like football or basketball or baseball, or maybe just for building your physique? Many of us growing up wanted to build those large muscles, but then we realized that those idols that we looked up to, we find out that they were taking steroids, and it creates this moral dilemma. What do you do? Hi, my name is Doug Grant, and I'm the formulator and founder of Optimal Health Systems. We have worked with thousands of health professionals all around the world and athletes from high school to collegiate to Olympic to professional athletes to help them achieve the most muscle possible naturally. Now, in doing that, we've had the great experience of working and being a part of world championships and all these great events that happen all around the world. But you know what? One of our proudest achievements really comes down to this patent, a patent given by the US government on Muscle RX, showing that it can build muscle at the same rate or even better than steroids when taken with the right nutrition and exercise program. And we love that this has helped us to help you understand that you can build muscle naturally. Now, how it came about was interesting. You know, I grew up in a time, an era where there was no social media, no Facebook, and no Instagram or anything like that. But we really didn't need it during that time. We didn't really need it to see who these athletes were and these people, because it was all around us. Every single theater had Arnold Schwarzenegger in it. Conan had just came out. And if they didn't have that one, they had the Rockies. And eventually, you know, they had Wesley Snipes and Blade and all these people with these phenomenal physiques. And you're surrounded by it. Going to the store, all the magazines, you turn the channel on the TV and they're there. And so everyone wanted to build this muscle. And I was one of those people. But I realized real quick in looking in the mirror that I wasn't 6'4", 200 pounds, that I had a different frame than Arnold. So I wanted still to do the best I could. So I set goals. I wanted to be a world champion powerlifter. I wanted that spot in the Guinness Book of World Records. You know, we grew up reading those books and seeing all those things. And many people that have this deep commitment to be able to accomplish the highest levels of physique building or of sport run into that dilemma. And in fact, there's a thing called the Goldman's dilemma. And it's where they actually interviewed Olympic athletes. And they said, hey, if we could give you this pill, and by taking this pill, it ensured a gold medal, but yet also it ensured death not long after, would you still take the pill? Amazingly, these people at this level, these Olympic athletes, the majority said, yes, give us the pill. It's that powerful, ingrained in a lot of people, especially in athletes, to do whatever it takes to be the best. That in itself is enough to really help you understand the importance to find a natural answer. And so over the years, I started off with a one-on-one training center called NutriStrength, where we would train people on nutrition and exercise, and they were able to use the Muscle RX formula, and great results with people just wanting to build muscle and get strength, and with high school athletes putting on an extra 10, 15, 20 pounds of muscle for their sport. But then professional athletes started coming in, wanting the formula and wanting our training techniques. And one day I woke up and I was no longer there. I was actually working for these professional organizations, being the first nutritionist in the NBA. And I could dedicate more of my time to the research and to the power of things like Muscle RX. Now, eventually working with these athletes and seeing how well it worked to achieve these physiques and having the drug testing going on so we know it worked naturally, I was able to accomplish my goals, to get that world championship and set that push-up record and Guinness Book for a while. And so I thought we hit the jackpot. I thought, man, we have everything. We have the proof that this formula with the exercise and nutrition can build muscle like steroids, but do it naturally. And each ingredient in the formula is approved on the list for high school, for collegiate, for Olympic, and professional athletes. This completely natural IOC, International Olympic Committee, compliant product, it's just going to sell. That's it. It's over with. We're going to sell millions of them. But then I also realized that not the best supplements are the ones that sell. Not the best products in the world are the ones that sell. They're the ones that are the best marketed. And there was companies out there spending thousands of dollars, spending $20,000, $30,000, $40,000 an ad to represent a product that wasn't very good in these magazines and places that said, this helps build muscle, this builds muscle like steroids and this and that. And it was terrible because they were the ones selling everything, and I didn't have the money to do that. And so I just got depressed. I actually was like, man, I don't know what to do. People need this formula. The ones that have taken it are building the muscle. They're able to keep up, if not surpass, those ones that are going about it different ways. And then one of the people in my mentor group said to me, Doug, let's just do our own double-blind study. Let's go after our own patent. And it was Dr. Ashmead, who had over 40 patents of his own at the time. And so he set it up. They set up the double-blind study, had these bodybuilders come in and take the formula, and some of them were actually on steroids. No one knew, who was on what, whether it's Muscle RX or the steroids. And at the end, the results were so phenomenal that the government, once we went through all those hoops and hurdles, gave us this patent. And the number is 5888553. You can actually Google that number and read the patent, showing that you can build as much muscle by taking Muscle RX with the right program as with taking steroids. And so it changed the ball game for us. Now, do you want to become a world champion? Maybe not, but do you want to build the best physique you can, to build muscle? You're in the gym anyways, doing the work. Why not get the most out of it? Well, try Muscle RX today. It comes with a 100% money-back guarantee. And I want you to know a couple things here in closing as to how important this is to me to get this information to you, and how dedicated I am to this sport of building your physique, that everyone's a bodybuilder. There's a magazine growing up called Ironman Magazine, had the best of the best, these bodybuilders in it. Well, today, me and my partner bought Ironman Magazine, but we've changed the format. It only features natural athletes now, the biggest, best physiques, but that are built naturally with things like Muscle RX. And so our commitment to this. I also want to read to you a couple testimonials from some good friends of mine that I worked with now for over 25 years in the NBA. One is a strength coach from the Miami Heat, multiple world championships, and the other is a strength coach from the San Antonio Spurs, who also won multiple world championships while we were there. First one, let's start with Bill Ferran from the Miami Heat. He's an NBA Hall of Fame strength coach, probably the most tenured strength coach for sure in all of National Basketball Association. He says, quote, I have been a professional strength and conditioning coach helping the best athletes in the world build larger, more powerful, and useful muscles for over 35 years. I was a strength coach helping the University of Miami football team with 2 national titles. I am the longest tenured strength coach in the NBA, serving the 3-time world champion Miami Heat. Muscle RX has been used with my athletes since the mid-1990s. It might be a new product for the public to hear about, but the pros and trainers have been using it for a long time. We have proven over and over again that we can create results of larger muscles and better performance while still being Olympic Committee compliant to all drug policies. Now, as a side note, I love this product so much, I even had the formulator mix Muscle RX up for me to use with my dogs to keep their muscles and spine strong, stopping muscle loss. That's true, I remember that. And the other one is from Mike Brungart from the Spurs. He says, quote, as a strength and conditioning coach for the 4-time world champion San Antonio Spurs for 17 years, I know what works and does it in the form of nutrition, strength training, and supplementation. There are a lot of people who make claims about supplements and sometimes even quote studies, but they don't always work like desired. I read the research, but then I apply the research in real life with real athletes. That's my job. Therefore, I don't endorse many products, but Muscle RX is different. I have not only used it with every single player since around 1995, I've even had OHS send me it in kilo bags to put straight in powder blends for their athletes that won't take the capsules, or they won't simply open them and putting in their powder drinks. I've seen tremendous strength and size increases with Muscle RX, but for me, more importantly, I have witnessed the increased performance from that added muscle. How do I know this? Our athletes performed at the highest level and won 5 world championships in 1999, 2003, 2005, 2007, and 2014. A lot goes into being the best in the world, and supplementation is only one small part of it, but it is an important part, and in my opinion, a difference maker. It can separate you from the pack if you're doing the nutrition, training, getting the rest, and have the mindset focusing as needed as a foundation, like anyone does in order to build larger and more powerful muscles. He says, the patent is real and the results are real. You just need to apply the whole package and include MuscleRx, end quote. Purchase MuscleRx for yourself. To do so, just click the link below so you can enjoy the muscle building benefits that MuscleRx can provide, like Bill and Mike and the patent talks about.